Overpromised with Covino Rich.
Do it.
Do it.
When I say do it, what do you think of?
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Starsky and Hutch.
Do it. We're the Starsky and Hutch of Fox Sports Radio, Covino and Rich. Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 on the East, 2 to 4 out here on the West Side. And Thursday's the new Friday, so the weekend begins.
That's what I'm saying.
We have lots to get to today. We're going to talk some movies. You can only pick 3. We'll explain. We are going to talk some Bronny James, some Shedeur Sanders. Lots to get to. This is the stuff we don't have time for.
Nepotism, which, by the way, always sounds like the wrong word.
Nepotism? Yeah. I'm with you.
Doesn't sound like the word matches what it is.
It's the ism part.
Yeah.
Let's just say Nepo babies. But yesterday was National Radio Day. We celebrated that this week by doing nothing, but we've dedicated our lives to radio. I can't live without my radio.
Great movie with Cuba Gooding Jr., by the way.
Actually, great movie. So, radio tycoons Covino and Rich, thank you for celebrating this week with us. But today is National Senior Citizens Day. So, hey, Rich, hope you're having a good one.
I used to be a lot stronger.
Is that why you were on lemonparty.org earlier?
Whoa, that's not, don't go there. Holy shit.
Nope. So, National Senior Citizens Day, it makes us think about the coolest old athletes, and you got to tip your hat to, if you're wearing one, to the ones that are playing today. First one that comes to mind, LeBron James. He's 40. Again, old guy on the court, young man in life. We get it. But he's 40 years old playing with 20-something-year-old guys.
Props to you, LeBron James. I'm going to tell Clayton Kershaw, you thought he was in his 40s. I'm like, dude, he's 37. He just feels like he's 100.
He's been around so long, and he's hobbling around out there. They treat him like the old guy. Again,
Just a testament.
Old guy on the field, young guy in life. LeBron, Aaron Rodgers comes to mind. He's 41. Yeah. He's the oldest guy currently in the NFL right now. And this week, a big week for Joe Flacco, named starting quarterback of the Browns. 40 years old, but he might as well be 140, which is crazy to think he's starting against all these young guys.
Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl for the Ravens when the opposing quarterback was a hot young stud named Colin Kaepernick. We're talking 12 years ago, so Flacco's been around.
So props to all the old guys. Again, old guys still doing it. And it got us thinking about the athletes that we grew up watching because for whatever reason, they seem to be a lot older back then.
It's not just in sports. Before we get to these athletes, just a reminder, like what 40, 50, 60 used to look like. Our parents, props to the boomers out there. I'll give them this. The boomers, our parents' generation, look a hell of a lot better than the great generation, their parents. When we were kids, I don't know if you know this, Archie Bunker was supposed to be 50. The Golden Girls were supposed to be in their early 50s. So we're talking about, like, look at all these people from our childhood. Mr. Roper was supposed to be 53. See, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and Paul Rudd is older than all of those people, as the meme goes. Yeah, not to say. Angela Lansbury was 53 in that photo. Look what 53 looks like now.
Yeah, Sofia Vergara and Angela Lansbury, I always put in the same category.
It's just way different. Health is a priority. Botox is a thing. Hair dye matters, I guess. So it's just different. Because growing up, we were younger. Our perspective was different because some of the athletes we saw competing looked like they were 105 years old. So on National Senior Citizens Day, we reminisce, and I kick it off with a guy. He's like my old guy reference. I bring him up more than anyone on Fox Sports Radio probably. I remember as a little pumpkin pie haircutted kid watching the Yankees and be some old-ass senior citizen on the mound throwing knuckleballs by the name of Charlie Huff.
Is this old-timey day? Is this old-timers day?
Charlie Huff, I had to look it up. He retired at 46, but when he was out there on the mound, that's actually a great picture of Charlie Huff's spot. He looked like he was 85 years old.
Is that his age on his jersey?
He played 25 seasons, and props to him, but he looked old. You don't see players look as old as he looked back then. That's a great picture of him.
I think that if you're going to talk about old players from our childhood, if you're a kid of the 80s and 90s, I remember as a little boy being like, the Negroes, they could play? Really? Joe and Phil Niekro just seemed ancient
because they had full-on gray hair and they played forever.
Gray hair.
Phil, I believe, retired at 48. Joe retired at 43. Phil Niekro played 24 seasons. Joe played 22 seasons. So think about it. 48-year-old Phil Niekro had a full-on gray Phil Donahue sort of look about him on the mound. 48 playing in the big leagues? That's crazy. So on National Senior Citizens Day, we remember Phil and Joe Niekro. Another guy I always thought was way old when I was a kid, and he was. But he looked way older for the time.
And you remember a lot of these faces from baseball cards too?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Don Sutton. He had that big gray afro sticking out of his hat. You remember Don Sutton. He was 43 when he retired, but he looked like he was 143.
Wait, does Paul O'Neill ask for the Don Sutton at the barbershop?
I think he does. He played 23 seasons, so over 20 seasons ages somebody.
Looks like a 65-year-old John McEnroe.
And again, these are all great legends, and they had long, great careers, but they looked so old back then. And this is a current one, Rich. I got to bring it up because if anyone follows fighting or boxing remembers this happened. Rolly Romero, 29-year-old Rolly Romero, before he knocked out Ryan Garcia, he fought this guy by the name of Ismael Barroso. And Barroso worked him hard, bro. Barroso, 42 years old, but he looks like he's 142 years old. And everyone gave Rolly Romero so much flack because they were like, yo, you let Grandpa whoop your ass. And Rolly till this day says, yo, say what you want about this guy being Grandpa. I fought this old guy, whatever. He says that this dude hit him harder than anyone else did.
Damn.
But look how old he looks, bro. It looked like an old man fighting a young 29-year-old Rolly Romero. And that happened in 2023. So he's what, like he's like 44 or 45 now.
This looks like one of those, you know, those old timey photos where people just look very unhappy.
Dude,
like they had
that's
to sit there for a long
they
time.
didn't know that smiling was a thing.
That's boxer Ismael Barroso. He's 25, 5 and 2.
He's 25?
No, that's his record, his fighting record. But it was funny because Rolly Romero looks like a young man.
Yeah.
So it was a young man fighting like a senior citizen.
I have one, and listen, we love to give props to kickers. It's easier to stick around a long time as a kicker, but we're talking 20 plus years. This guy played until he retired at 48. Adam Vinatieri, one of the best field goal kickers of all time. But towards the end, he wasn't even hiding it. He's like white beard.
Old Man Winter?
I couldn't believe because we remember him kicking Super Bowl game-winning field goals for the Patriots, and then of course went to the Colts. But towards the end, he did look like an in-shape Santa Claus.
That's why I subscribe to the great Emmitt Smith, who said, "No play for Mr. Gray. Your beard is weird. That shit ages you when you're a professional athlete. You gotta dye that shit. You're playing a young man's game. It just makes you look old and out of it." And I think the be-all, end-all example of aging and how different it is is when you compare Tom Brady, who was old in the league, he played a long-ass time,
45,
compared to like a George Blanda, who was also, I think he played to 48.
That was the picture that floated around a few years ago, the side-by-side of Blanda and Brady, and it's like, what 40 looked like in the 70s compared to now?
Think of that.
Tom Brady looks like a damn Zoolander.
George Blanda looks like a grandpa out there playing in the NFL.
If you told me that was father-son, I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
So, on National Senior Citizens Day, we salute you, old guys, on Overpromised with Covino and Rich. Who else comes to mind? Who are we forgetting? Who do you want to give an honorable mention to? Hit us up at Covino and Rich, at Fox Sports Radio, hashtag Overpromised.
You know who we should give props to because he just played forever, but we accepted it because he was a legend. But Nolan Ryan in those Rangers days,
you know what? Yeah, absolutely. Nolan Ryan played forever. He was on your Mets World Series team. That's how long he was around.
Long as time.
He played with Tom Seaver.
Is there a fact like Nolan Ryan played with like Barry Bonds and Babe Ruth? Well, maybe not Babe Ruth, but something like that, right? Like,
you know what? I'm sticking with it. Yeah. Happy National Senior Citizens Day. Help an old person. Call up your grandpappy if he's still around and celebrate. Now, before we get into movie talk, I want to remind everybody of the Fox Sports Radio Nation that we have a brand new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We want you to check it out. So, of course, you're getting this on Fox Sports Radio's YouTube channel, but we have our own. It's youtube.com/Covino and Rich FSR. So hit subscribe. Covino and Rich FSR.
You're there now, right?
Yes.
So if you're there now,
subscribe.
Hits your bling.
Thank
bling,
you.
Little
bling,
boink.
bloop, beep, boop, bop, beep.
Boink.
And
Boop.
we appreciate it. That's all we want. That's all we ask for. So that brings us to movie talk.
Movie talk? Is this a segment that you're producing?
Hopefully you go to a theater this weekend, enjoy a good movie. Weapons, perhaps. I'm hearing good things. Naked Gun is still in theaters. I don't know. Have fun. Enjoy your summer.
Don't push it, right? Don't push those movies on me. I'm going to sit home and watch K-pop Demon Hunters again.
There you go. Hey, whatever
With my kids.
floats your taco boat.
No, but yeah, movie talk.
There was a meme that producer of Overpromised, Spotty, our video guru of Fox Sports Radio, Spot
me.
Daniel, the host of Spot Center, Spot, sent us a meme. And he said, "What do you think, guys? You could only pick 3." So we said, hey, let's
not how
bring
it
this
sounds.
to Overpromised.
Yeah.
Because much like snowflakes and
I mean, go on.
snowflakes and they're all different. Everyone's going to have a different 3.
Soup.
We're all going to have a different 3. Or are we? So I'm going to reveal my 3.
Of these famous sports movies.
Yeah, you can only pick 3. And by the way, Coach Carter over Major League, over The Natural.
That's not part of the list.
That's not the list.
That's what I mean. Like, how is that even
It's not in my grid.
How is it in the grid?
right,
Is
well,
that
guess
in
what?
anyone's top?
If you're just listening, there's 9. Friday Night Lights, Rudy, Coach Carter, Remember the Titans, Mighty Ducks, Space Jam, Rocky, Sandlot, Miracle. 9 movies.
Of those 9, you can only pick 3.
This is very much like our Tom Hanks conversation. Like you said, no 2 answers will be alike because I guarantee
Major League.
I guarantee we're gonna agree on one and then we're gonna stray from there. Because my list starts obviously like Rocky's gotta stay. Rocky is on the list.
Okay, well, I'll give you my 3 with the big reveal. My top 3 are, if you can only keep 3, Sandlot has to be there. I feel like it's it's older now, 1994? But it's a classic to me. 1994 classic. I love the story. I think it's great. Sandlot is in my can't leave. Rudy makes the list for me.
These are good ones.
Great movie. A young Jon Favreau, a young Vince Vaughn, Sean Astin. Rudy, based on a true story, even though Joe Montana said none of that shit happened. And like Rich said, I think every list has to have Rocky. If yours doesn't, we're not friends.
Yeah, I feel like Rocky will be the common denominator. The
Those
other
are
two,
those are my 3.
I'm not with you on the other 2. I'm going Rocky Balboa. I'm not going Sandlot because if I'm going to pick, I'm trying to figure out how I want to make a well-rounded list. I'm going Rocky, obviously. But if I'm going to go kids movie, I think Mighty Ducks more so than Sandlot for me.
I mean, you always talk about it.
Mighty Ducks, Rocky, and then I do love Rudy. I don't think it's as good of a movie.
Rudy. Come on.
But it's not as good
when
of a movie.
When the guy's like,
Rudy.
But guess what? I'm
Jon
telling you,
Favreau's like, he's so small.
if you watch them now, it's not as good of a movie as Remember the Titans.
I barely remember the Titans. I
So-
saw it recently and it was boring.
Remember the Titans, Mighty Ducks, and Rocky. For me.
Look, I understand Denzel is a legend. Best actor ever. So darn cool. So darn
I think you're
clever.
glorifying Rudy. When was the last time you watched Rudy? There's like a couple
It's
really
a good
good
point.
moments.
But I was on a
it's-
plane and I watched Remember the Titans like within the year and I was like,
Remember the Titans. Fantastic.
all right.
And,
hey, everyone has a different 3.
Listen, it was hard to leave Sandlot off, but I really think Mighty Ducks is a more fun, heartfelt kids movie than Sandlot. I really do.
Hey, Spot, what are your 3?
All right, want to hear my 3?
Yeah.
You're not going to like my 3. We can't be friends based on what you said.
You're not going to put Rocky on this list?
Rocky doesn't go on my
That's
list.
crazy. You mean
Rocky-
Academy Award winner?
Rocky to me, and I've said this before, but Rocky to me is just like a boring slow movie. It does nothing for me.
Well,
I don't know why you guys are obsessed with
the
it.
rest of your list now internally, I'm like, la la
Honestly,
la la.
if Rocky 4 were on there,
Okay, give me your 3.
if Rocky
putts.
4 were on there, I'd be all about it. The Sandlot, as a kids movie, I think it's a great movie.
All right.
And I love narrated movies.
Rudy, because I think it's just the underdog story. He was so little. He showed his dedication, his fight.
Vince Vaughn, young and handsome.
Vince Vaughn, young and handsome, all that kind of stuff. And then for me, which is ridiculous because I've never been really a huge fan of the sport, but I think the movie is so well done. It's so exciting and intense, and an amazing moment in sports history. Miracle. I think Miracle is a fantastic
Fucking
film.
based off real life. Just watch the real highlight.
No. There's something about the cinematic nature of how they make that
shitty choice
hockey game look. And then you got Kurt Russell's love muscle. Everything about that movie, top notch.
Well, can we pull up the meme again? Because I want to. All right. Friday Night Lights, I just think isn't as good as Rudy or Remember the Titans. So you could cross off. Do you have a telestrator spot?
I do not on here.
You can't? I thought you were like John Madden in the 90s.
I don't know if I made one on here.
Cross that off. Boom.
Boom. Tough acting, Tinactin.
You're going to have to give me a second.
You know Madden then. Well, anyway, cross out Friday Night Lights because if you're going to pick a football movie, I agree. You're going to go Rudy or Remember the Titans. Coach Carter stinks. It's a good movie, but stinks compared to what you're comparing it to.
Not even Hoosiers,
right?
Like Coach Carter?
Yeah. All right. So
put Teen Wolf in there.
Coach Carter, gone. Then Space Jam, overrated.
Yeah,
good movie.
But I know it's near and dear to a particular generation's childhood. The R. Kelly song, I think, sort of ruined it for me, to be honest.
And I think Miracle is just a great movie, but it's based on real life. Just watch the real life. So to me, Rocky, Sandlot, Mighty Ducks, there's like 5 or 6, but I think 4 of them shouldn't even be considered.
Ask your friends, discuss it, debate it. You can only keep 3. What are your 3? Let us know at Covino and Rich.
You know what? Some of the battles are good because I think where we disagreed, like Mighty Ducks and Sandlot, both fantastic. It's hard for me to be like, am I in a Mighty Ducks movie? Because Mighty Ducks is more heartfelt, but I think Sandlot might be a better movie.
That's quacktastic, quack. Hey, by the way, if we have the same 3, are we like soulmates? If you and a woman have the same 3, do you gotta Bangladesh? You gotta shebang? Yeah. You got to get it on, or what?
That's the test.
What are the rules?
Test,
yeah, that's the rule.
I think it is. Sorry.
Those are my 3.
Those are my rules.
Those are my 3.
All right. Well, again, pick your 3.
It'll never happen.
The weakest 3. All right. If you're the weakest person I've ever met, your 3 would be like Coach Carter, Space Jam, and Friday Night Lights.
Oh, yeah. We're not friends anymore. If those are the 3, like we're not friends.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's talk about nepotism for a second. Nepo babies, because I did find this interesting. When you talk about what jerseys you're rocking, it's really interesting. I talked to an old buddy yesterday, and he goes, "Hey, man."
What, for National Senior Citizens Day?
I talked to Ebenezer.
Hey, great to hear from you, Rich.
Hope you're having a good one.
What's your name again?
One of my old school buddies, Tim, who's a big Mets fan, he's like, "You believe this team?" Like, I don't know if I believe in him or not. And he said, "Are you rocking any jersey? When was the last time you bought a Mets jersey?" I said, "That's a good question because I think I want to rock."
Rich has a Ray Knight jersey from '86.
I think I want to rock. I have a generic '86. I think I want to rock the Blue Road Lindor jersey. I think it's a sweet looking jersey, and it got me thinking.
Can't go wrong with Soto. You got him for 115 years.
Yeah, but he's not my favorite though. You gotta pick a guy you like too. But interestingly enough, when you look at the #1 selling football jersey.
By the way, can I add him to the list of old players? Because he claims he's 26. I swear that guy's 46.
Well, don't get in trouble like WFAN, right? Didn't someone get in trouble? Yeah. Claiming Soto's older than he is.
But he does. Does he have that glow, as they said, of a 26-year-old?
I don't know.
We'll see 15 years from now.
Anyway, of rookies in all major sports, I found it shocking. Yeah, I do love that. No, that's.
Oh, is that on it?
Is that the one? I like the one with the script New York, the new one. That might be the one when he turns around. I'm not sure, but the blue Lindor with the script. Turn around, Lindor. I'm shocked to see that the highest selling rookie basketball jersey was Bronny James, and the #1 selling NFL rookie jersey. It's not Travis Hunter, it's not Cam Ward or Ashton Genty or any of the. Shedeur Sanders, a backup quarterback, but he's a Sanders.
A backup. Maybe. We don't know. The second-gen stars haven't just taken over the media, but the overall league sales as well. Hyped even before entering the drafts, the rookie stories have been one for the ages. Bronny James, who entered the league this season, broke all previous records to make a whopping $50 million from jersey sales, a league record. While Shedeur, who entered the league as the 144th pick, still sold more jerseys amongst the rookies, like Rich said, above Cam Ward and Colorado mate Travis Hunter, who closely follows. So is it nepotism?
To round out the top 5 in football this year for rookies, Shedeur's #1. Travis Hunter and Cam Ward, that was a likely 2 and 3. And then you got Ashton Genty and Abdul Carter on the Giants is number 5. Big market. Giants believe in him. But I do think it's interesting. Now, he doesn't get the money, but you said that number. Bronny James, I thought this seems impossible. He sold hundreds of thousands of jerseys equaling $50 million for the Lakers.
That's insane, right?
So, I mean, what's your answer there? Is there a sense you think that these teams have a pressure to play the guys because clearly the fans like them? Like, if you're Cleveland ownership, is there a part of you that's like, whoa, Shador's the number 1 selling jersey among rookies?
That means fans want to see him.
Fans want to see him.
Right. So that's an interesting question. It also poses these questions. Is it awesome or nepotism? And how much does popularity matter based on what Rich said there?
Do you think, I mean, listen,
if people are buying tickets and entertainment is a big factor in why they're there, and we got Savannah Bananas and Globetrotters and
Jake Paul, anyone that wants to
fighting
fight him,
Tank Davis, and people love the spectacle and love the fun.
Wrestling's
the
bigger than ever.
Entertainment side of things. If these are the exciting players that people want to see, do you give the fans what they want? Maybe they don't start, but you got to put them in.
The crazy part is,
showmanship matters.
You play to win, and I don't think there's any of this nepotism bullshit that takes place between the lines because you play to win.
Bob Lee style.
I really think, like, when people say, remember when people were like, no one's taking a chance on Kaepernick. Trust me, if someone thought he could help their team, he would have been out there. I do wonder, though, if it's very close. Like, let's say, like, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. Man, they're sort of playing pretty similar. At that point, is there a subconscious, like, my fucking fans want Shedeur?
Subconsciously.
Has to be, right? I mean,
I would think so. Popularity matters.
Sadly.
But does popularity win? What are your thoughts? Share them. Again, at Covino and Rich, at Fox Sports Radio, hashtag Covino is the man. Covino's got a cool shirt on.
Hashtag Shazammy.
Hashtag Rich is a doofus. No, I'm just kidding. And discuss it, man. What do you think about this?
Right.
And again, happy Senior Citizens Day. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hit subscribe, our new YouTube page. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, shout out to Old Man Clemens.
He hates shit.
He does.
He does.
Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Overpromised land.
Good day.